Hey guys, it's me Jeffries here, and welcome to the third route overview in celebration of episode 150. Yes, you are hearing my voice this time. The reason being, this episode is a lot longer than the previous two, or at least it looks like it's going to be a lot longer than the previous two. So having it as a solid 40 minutes of music is probably going to be a little bit too boring. I think the other two just about get away with it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of only music videos, but I did say they were overviews, they weren't necessarily episodes in their own right. However, this one is a little bit different because I had some problems recording this one. Mainly the trains weren't behaving themselves properly, so you see a lot of trains getting shifted around, moved, timetables reset, all that kind of stuff. So it's not as glamorous as the first two, shall we say, even though the one yesterday I had to do a few changes to it as well. But overall, we'll get around that, it's no problem. There is a video, it has been recorded, so we're all good to go. So this is the North-South franchise, kind of our version of Thameslink. We start down in the south, and I can't remember the name of the station right now, but it will appear in the video description. I hope you guys have been reading the descriptions for the last two videos, by the way, because I've given a proper route overview. Yesterday's one is slightly more in depth than the one before, but I might go back and redo the first one just so that it's at the same level of detail. But I would appreciate it if you guys went and checked those out as well, because I imagine there'll be a lot of people asking questions that description answers. So always read the description before you comment a question. That's the golden rule on my channel. But anyway, we're about to head south towards... God damn it, I really wish I could remember the name of the station. I should have written them down as well. But anyway, it's a junction station, I know that. I think it's... is it Conninghall? Conninghall Junction, something like that. Or did I rename it Central? I can't even remember now. But we start our journey there. And then we head all the way along up to Gardcity St Mark via Wardinghattan Central. I think there's a couple of other stops on the way as well, but again, my memory, can't remember the names of them. From GSM, we of course go through Gardcity Exchange, then GSG, Gardcity St George. I start using the proper names now. And then we go up the northeastern main line up to Hunfingwell Junction. It's an express service, or semi-fast service, between here and Gardcity. Once we get north of Gardcity, it becomes an all-stopper service to Hunfingwell. Kind of like how Thameslink works, although I think it works in the opposite. I think there's more express services in the north of the City of London, and then once you go south, it's more of an all-stopping service, especially if you take it the whole way down to Brighton. But we're just about to approach the main station. I'm only going to do a little bit more of a commentary here. Probably the first 5-10 minutes of this is going to be commentary. And then we'll let the music take over proper for the rest of the video. So we are at the halfway point of this week as well, which is another good opportunity to bring up the voice and say that next week we will be back in the usual episodes and we'll start building up again. However, I'm not exactly liking the new map right now. There's just something about it that doesn't feel right. The decision to move on to a new map was definitely the right one. Something you guys don't know is this video is about 41 minutes long, I believe, but the actual video clip that I'm using for this video was 2.5 hours. That's how long it takes to film one of these things. This is probably the longest one so far. Yesterday's one was a close run second, and it's not because the journey times are long, it's because the game runs so slow on this save file now. We've got way too much going on. So leaving this map was the right thing to do. However, the new Gardcity I'm not a huge fan of. One of the things that I'm really not a fan of is nothing to do with the map, but it's the signal programs. I just can't get my head around them. I think I've got it set up to let trains go through and then it denies them still. So I've no idea what's going on there. I'll refer to that again in next week's episodes because there might be people out there that can help. But we're at the halfway point here. It's given me time to reflect. It's given me time to sort of look back on the old map, and I do miss the old map. I miss it quite a lot. There was a lot of things about it that were really, really good. some of the things that I haven't even been able to recreate on the new map. So I'd say this is the best map so far, including the new map on that list. So we're just about to start heading into the station. This is one of the problem areas. We've got trains leaving and arriving on their actual routes. We've also got trains leaving and arriving towards the depot. This is actually the second attempt that I had at recording this episode as well. The first attempt was awful. I think there was 12 trains queued up in front of the one that I chose to follow, trying to get into this station. So it's not good. Also, if anyone wants to download this map, I don't think I'm going to make it available to download. And the reason being is it runs so slow. It wouldn't feel right giving you guys a save file that technically doesn't work properly. And I mean, it probably sounds really bad that I'm saying, oh, this map's not going to be available for download, but I really don't think it's going to be to anyone's benefit. Because I know what will happen. I'll make it available for download and everybody will start complaining that it doesn't run properly. Which, to be honest, isn't my fault. You know, it's not really my problem. But I feel that as a whole thing, this file will not work very well on other people's computers. Even if you have the new GRFs. I mean, I've got quite a lot of RAM. I've got a really powerful processor. And I've got a decent graphics card, which isn't really relevant for this game, but it's a decent graphics card. So it should run the game really smoothly. But this save file is really, really bad. So at this moment in time, this save file is not available for download. In the near future, if enough people convince me that it will run well on their computer, I will consider it. But then don't blame me if it doesn't run well on your computer, because I warned you. I think that's the fairest way of doing it. If enough people convince me, then fine. Be it on your head. But right now, I'm not taking the risk. So this is one of the first problem areas arose. That's my door you can hear, by the way, being blown by the wind. If you're wondering what that horrible grinding noise is. So this is the first problem. We had a train in front of us that was running, I think it was 3,000 ticks ahead of schedule. Plus, because of the timetable mess up, it was set to a 3,000 tick wait on each station. So we technically would have had to have waited 6,000 ticks. But here I am, just fixing the problem there. Resetting the timetable. At this point I hadn't noticed that it was set to 3,000 ticks for each stop. So, yeah, we had some problems. But overall, once we got out of this little area here, once we got onto the express line, everything ran pretty much smoothly. There's a little bit of a problem coming out of Gardcity St George, going up. For some reason we went up the freight only line for a little bit and then crossed back over to the passenger line. That won't happen in the new map, because if I can get the signal programming to work, then I'll be stopping that sort of thing from happening. But yeah, I think we're at a point now, coming up to 8 minutes of talking, so I might as well let the music take over. It's a good journey from here, guys. You'll see me a couple of times between here and crossing to the express line, just getting some more trains out of the way. This was a busy station. It was not really well thought out when I built it. It was a very last minute improvisational kind of build, so you'll have to excuse me for that. But overall, we're in a good position now, so I'm going to start letting the music take over. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for watching yesterday's episode and the day before. Also, thank you in advance for watching tomorrow and Fridays. Don't forget, we're back next week with some more awesome building with episode 151. So until then, once again, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, and until next time, I will see you soon.